All right, guys. Today we are talking about something Mike ran across on Facebook, and he was the one coming to me this time. I wasn't the one hollering this time. You guys should have heard him. I wish I would have had the camera rolling.
Yeah.
I wish I would have had the camera rolling.
I try to keep the work part separate from the fun part, but I was like, you've got to be kidding.
Oh, he was in a toot. He had his britches all in a bunch. All right. So I am going to share with you. I'm going to share with you what Mike was getting all uptight about. All right. Here we go. He ran across this Facebook post. Now look at this. $1,250 a month for two people in the United States and $690 for groceries in Italy.
Well,
and what was your response?
The thing I was thinking is they make it sound like this is the average price that Americans spend, that the average American spends on this. And I'm thinking, that's complete bombash. It's completely not true.
So then when you were looking.
So they said $1,250 for two. And so I think I posted, what did I post?
Is it this Christina Ann, I think? I think this is the lady.
I said, if you have to spend $1,250 a month for groceries for two people in the U.S., you have to be the worst financial manager on planet Earth. I said $100 per person is very doable, $200 per person easy, and more is luxury, which is okay if you have the money to burn, as long as you don't complain about high grocery prices. And
Mike actually commented on Facebook post.
I occasionally comment on things, but I've never say anything pretty much averse to what somebody said. But I was thinking, you've got to be joking, because people were just going on and on about how, grocery prices, it's $2,500 a month for me and $2,200 a month. And this one lady said, and if you're there, we're not making fun of you. I'm just saying that there's one lady said $2,200 a month. And she said, and all I serve my family is boneless chicken thighs and a half an ear of corn and a small salad. And I'm thinking, there is no way she said she was spending $2,200 for four people. And I was thinking, there is no way you're spending $2,200 on a chicken thigh and a half an ear of corn and a small salad. And I mean, you really have to be, there's got to be something else going on with the budget that you're not sharing.
Okay, so here's the next one. I live in Michigan. Sounds about right. Maybe even more here. Spent $2,500 on grocery last month for my family of four. Haven't bought snacks or fun food in months because we can't afford it. Have we had snacks or fun food? And we only spend now we're about $500 a month on groceries, but $400 to $500, it just depends. But
well, I think what got me was, first of all, the people they just posted it like this is the normal thing. Although they were heavily trying to advocate for going to Italy, and I guess if they want to move there, that's fine. I mean, I'm sure Italy's a nice place, but I think she's going to find it's not as cheap as she thinks. But what got me though was almost all the people were saying, I have to spend $2,500 and woe is me. But nothing like one lady in the comments said to another person who had said, that's crazy to spend that much. One lady said, how can I get it down? And that was the reason why I kind of was like, you've got to be joking, because it's one thing to be spending way more than you should. But it's another thing if somebody says you don't have to be spending that much, and argue with them and say, there's no chance, there's nothing that can be done. Somebody's got to do something about it other than me. And I had a great respect for the lady that actually said, how do I do that? All
right, one of the ways you do it, guys, is this video is sponsored by our Dining on a Dime cookbooks. It's our 25th anniversary this month of Mike buying me the website domain for my birthday. Thank you.
Notjustbeans.com, which became livingonadime.com later.
But it produced these two cookbooks are volume 1 and volume 2. These are easy recipes to get your family fed with food they will love, in and out of the kitchen quick, and you can afford all the ingredients and you have them on hand. And our gluten-free, dairy-free edition are 40% off for our 25th anniversary. Normally we only do 40% off for Mother's Day and Thanksgiving or Black Friday, but we are doing it right now for our 25th anniversary. We had several things happen this year, so we are doing it for that. I can't believe it's been 25 long years.
Yeah. We were only married not even quite 5 years yet, right?
We're married 3 years when I started.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do we start with $2,500 a month? I mean, it's just, I had someone message me on Facebook, and I'm actually going to do a full video on just her story. But she was like, I live in Idaho and I spend my entire paycheck every month, $2,600 a month feeding my family. I'm like, that's ridiculous. And so I'm going to actually do a whole video because she sent me her, she sent me her receipts, and I can tell you exactly why she's spending that amount of money. And she said, well, I do delivery. It's not the delivery that's the problem. She said, well, I bought me some brownies because I stressed out going to the store shopping. It's not the brownies. It's a lot of other stuff. And so probably the next show or the show after, I'm going to do a video going through her thing. But let me show you here. Okay, let's see. How do I open it? Oh, there. Okay, now I open this. Now, let me show you this. This is another person saying they spend $2,500 a month on groceries. Look at this receipt. Kimberly, thank you for sending this to me. I couldn't believe it. You sent this to me on the right day. But look at this. Okay. Can I zoom in on? No. Let's see. Can I? Oh, shoot. There. Can I?
I don't think you can make it zoom in the show. You could.
Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. I don't know how to make it zoom quicker, but you guys can zoom in on your computers. Let me read to you what he has.
$20 for Dixie plates?
Okay, so let's start at the top here. I don't know what pirate ched is. Maybe cheddar cheese. I don't know. But gourmet buns. So $3.39 for buns. Hamburger buns, $3.59. You don't need to be buying gourmet hamburger buns, first of all.
Whose receipt is this?
Just some guy saying how it cost him $2,500 a month to feed his family.
Well, I see why when I look at that receipt.
Then he's got Brazil nuts. Why are you buying Brazil nuts? Now, I don't know what artisanal is. I don't know what that is. Dave's, WG, I don't know what that is. Dixie plates. You don't need to be buying paper plates. Okay, but go ahead and buy paper plates if it means you're going to be eating out. But you don't need the super fancy ones.
But
get them at Walmart.
$20 for Dixie plates. They've got to be those have to be the fancy ones.
Now, I don't know what San Pelmin is.
It's Pellegrino mineral water.
You're buying water? Seriously? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. French's I don't know what French's original mustard must be.
I think it's
must be French's original mustard. $6.89 for mustard. I pay $1 every Memorial Day, Labor Day.
I'm wondering if the org is saying it's organic mustard. Well,
okay, you can get mustard for $1.
Yes.
Every Thanksgiving or every Christmas, every Labor Day, Memorial Day, and 4th of July. So even if let's say it's double the size of the dollar package, that's still $2 instead of $6.89. But look at the next one. Oil for $34.90 9.
So I look here and it says Kirkland's signature Spanish extra virgin olive oil.
Oh my word. $35 for oil. Seriously. Goji berries.
Wagyu beef.
Wagyu beef. Of course your grocery bill is going to be $2,500 a month.
Salmon burgers. And you know what? The thing is, as we're looking at this, the issue is not that he's spending this much. It's the issue that he's living an extravagant, lavish lifestyle and then complaining about grocery prices and how somebody should do something about the big corporations. And I'm like, dude, you need to do something about the choices you're making.
That's $9.99 for cheese. You can get that cheese for about $4 for 2 pounds, maybe $5 now. The Ecos laundry soap, that is a huge waste of money. That stuff doesn't even work. You might as well use water. Go check my laundry soap test.
Barb says, what, no caviar? We haven't gotten to that part yet.
Salmon burgers. Now, look at this. Can they hear the stuff?
Everybody wanted us to go to Costco.
I don't know.
See what it's like to feed 6 kids here at Costco.
Okay, so he's showing what it's like to feed 6 kids at Costco. Almond butter, $8.89. Keto this. Avocado mayo for $8.99. You can get regular mayonnaise for $3 to $4 at Walmart.
Pasture eggs, $9.
Halibut, $43 for halibut.
What is Amy Lou's sausage?
Probably just a name brand sausage. How much is that? I don't see it on here. I'm having a coronary here.
It's $13.99, which is why I was wondering.
Oh, there. Oh my goodness.
All natural, gluten-free, nitrate-free.
Here's the thing.
So
I have to be
specialty food.
Yeah, I have to be nitrate-free, but I don't feed it to the kids.
You know what?
Ribs, $70 for ribs.
Well, and also there's like
Lamb, other meats, New York steak, $53. The reason why you can't afford this food is because you're buying ridiculously expensive food.
Well, the other thing is there's a lot of organic stuff here, but then there's tortilla chips.
I know.
Like if you're getting organic in other things, wouldn't you want to get the organic chips?
And then look at this. Irish butter, $15 almost, $14.49 for Irish butter. You don't need no Irish butter. You can go to Albertsons and get it for $3 this week. I just got some. Organic pasta, candy grapes, of course. Okay, hold on.
I can't believe somebody must have a ton of money.
Okay, the next is, I don't know what.
$7.49 for pinto beans?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my goodness.
Street tacos, they must be frozen tacos, which, I mean, for a family of 7, if you eat, or 8, if you eat one package of that for dinner, that's fine. But I have a feeling they don't. And then look at this, $1,239.
Well, the Wagyu. Let me hear.
$128. This should last us about 2 weeks. There's 6 kids at Costco.
There's 6 kids at Costco. Now, this is what makes me very angry. He's blaming having 6 kids. It's the fact that you and your wife don't know how to shop. And you need to get a grip and stop buying all this fancy schmancy stuff.
Well,
there was $250 or $300 just in meat alone.
Well, I mean, but Wagyu beef is super trendy, high-end, expensive beef. It's not like beef that you just go buy at the store. It's the caviar of beef. So if you're buying stuff like that, and the thing is, half of his grocery bill was things like the Wagyu beef.
Midwest mom says, anyone feel much better about themselves right now?
Well,
yep.
Well, the thing I'm thinking is the Wagyu beef, it's fine if if you're independently wealthy and you're like, I just like it, then spend the money on it. But when you're making a video for the internet about how terrible food prices are, there's something wrong with you. Because that's just, you're living a Trump lifestyle on a budget that you think is a low income budget, but you're really not. But it's still low income because you're paying for so much expensive stuff.
So here's the problem. The problem is people have got to get a grip. Start shopping your ads right here. If you just go look at your ads, fill your freezer. I mean, my goodness, even if you're buying salmon, at least buy it on sale. Boneless, somebody said, oh, they're on keto. That explains. No, that doesn't explain. I was on keto myself. Well, I was on carnivore myself. And I still didn't spend more than about $120 a month for me for groceries.
Well, but it sounded like I might have misread the comment, but as far as the keto is considered to be dangerous for children, for anyone under 18. So surely if they are keto, it's only him or his wife and not anyone else. I would hope
so, but still.
But the thing is on this, again, my thing about independently wealthy, though, is if you're concerned about, well, if someday you're going to realize you didn't have any money for retirement, or you think there's not enough money for your like medical care, or you think there's not enough money for a car or for whatever your kids need or anything like that, then if you're spending like this, you're throwing away all those things intentionally. And so the reason why you don't have the other stuff is because you're spending too much on these things.
Kathy, it sounds like it's an every month thing for them. He said that's 2 weeks worth of groceries for them. So I think it's an every month thing. Melissa says Costco is not cheaper. They need to stop blaming their kids for their problem. Yes, and this is a problem that I noticed. People blame everything on their kids. All their financial problems are their kids. We're college poor because we sent our kids to college. Now we don't have any money for retirement because we're college poor. Well, I just can't afford the daycare, so I have to pay daycare, so I just can't afford this, or I just can't afford that. Or we have to eat junk food because I can't afford to buy healthy food. That is not true. It is simply not true. It's the way you spend. It's the choices you make. And if you make different choices, you will have more money.
It's that
right simple.
There. Well, and the thing about healthy, really, you don't have to eat the most upscale beef in the world to be minimally healthy. You don't have to eat, like, if you feel like you do, you're being manipulated by people that just want to separate you from your money. I mean, again, if you have all the money and you just want to spend it, okay. But if you truly are concerned about your grocery bills, you have to really, when people tell you that's not healthy to eat normal food, you have to look through the lens of, do I trust this? Does this person really care about me, or are they trying to sell me something?
I know. Okay, send me the first comments and questions. If you have comments and questions, please post them in the comment thing, and we'll get to you. Pam says keto is recommended for children if overweight or diabetic. Sorry, I have actually had one of my children at a kidney doctor, and he said that it is one of the most dangerous diets you can be on for a kid. So
he suggested it's also not really great for adults.
Yeah,
but
he did.
But at the same time, despite the fact that the kidney doctor said it's not great for adults, if you're an adult and you're 500 pounds,
I would do it.
It's probably safer to do the keto diet than to stay extremely heavy, because the extremely heavy will hurt your health more.
I mean, there's a happy medium. You could be on it while you're losing the weight, and then just not be on it and just eat less later after your weight is gone. Lisa wants to know, is it cheaper to cook from scratch or not? Not necessarily. It is not necessarily cheaper to cook from scratch. So like macaroni and cheese, a box of macaroni and cheese is way cheaper than making homemade macaroni and cheese. Homemade macaroni and cheese is really, really expensive. A box cake mix, if you get a box cake mix for $1, it's only a few cents more than putting all the ingredients together. But listen, if you're trying to cut your pennies and you want to make all your box cakes mixes, so we have white cake, we have devil's food, we have yellow cake, we have all your cookies, all your muffins, everything. 50 cents to $1 a batch. An entire batch is what it costs to make it from scratch. Now, here's the key. If you buy your ingredients on sale and you don't shop at places like Costco and Trader Joe's, those places are where you're spending all your money. All right, let's see. If you guys have comments or questions, please post them and we will get to them. May says, I live in Los Angeles and your channel has helped. Oh, that's great.
Oh, thanks.
Rhonda says, hello, long time no see. Hope we're doing well. We are. Thank you. Roxanne says, Turn Mike, hello. It's been forever since I caught you both live. We did a huge move. Hubby got a good job offer. We moved from Michigan to Georgia. God has been good, but I miss my kids. Oh my goodness. I don't know that you could ever get me to move from Michigan to Georgia. Your job would have to pay really well. I could not handle the heat. I couldn't handle the humidity in Michigan either. Wanda, I was on Facebook Frugal group when I read a post from someone talking about your YouTube Dawn Power Wash video. I told her to watch your videos a lot and recommend your cookbooks to her and anyone else who reads it. Thank you, Wanda. Thanks so much. Yeah, our barkeeper's friend doesn't really work video, honest review video, that is going viral right now. And I am getting a lot of comments. I'm getting a lot of comments.
Are you getting flack for barkeeper's friend?
Oh, yeah.
Because you didn't
I
say
did
it was
it
great
all.
enough?
No, I cleaned the pan wrong.
I see.
I cleaned the pan all wrong. But I have 10 barkeeper friend mistakes coming up tomorrow for the video.
Where you confess that you did it all wrong?
No, no, actually I did. I followed the directions on the can and from the company. I followed the directions from the company, but people don't like to read directions apparently. So, all right.
So did you say what some tips that you would tell them to get besides not spending the caviar by buying the fancy stuff?
So, I did a couple, but here's some more. Have things like frozen pizzas and TV dinners in your freezer. Then, when you're too tired to cook, pull one of those out. Get the cheapy paper plates from Walmart, not the Dixie ones. Get the cheapy paper plates from Walmart and use those for your sandwiches and your salads and that kind of thing if you're too tired to cook. I get it. You may be too tired to cook. I'd rather have you use paper plates than going out to eat. But you don't have to buy all this fancy food either. Instead of steak, buy hamburgers. Instead of halibut, buy tilapia. Don't buy fish at all. Stick with your chicken that's on sale, your pork chops that are on sale, your roasts and your hamburgers that are on sale, your sausages that are on sale. All of those are way cheaper. I mean, we're talking $15 to $20 a pound versus $2 to $4 a pound. Stick with those. Cut out the drink mixes. For the love of all things grocery, stop buying bottled water and sodas and drinks. That is 30 to 50% of your grocery bill. We have seen it. 30 to 50% of your grocery bill is drinks. All the coffees, all the creamers. It's insane. Some people will spend $300 to $400 a month on drinks at home and still go to Starbucks every day to the tune of $8 to $10 a pop. It's crazy. So start cutting out all those things. You do not have to make everything from scratch, but eat things like apples, oranges, bananas, grapes when they're on sale, peaches when they're on sale, strawberries when they're on sale. I don't buy strawberries except for May and June. I don't, because they are too expensive. I just don't buy them any other times of year. So when strawberries come around, we eat them. That's it. And I don't get them again. Canadian Queen says, send me more. I made your basic bread from volume 1. Not only is it soft like store-bought bread, but absolutely delicious. Thank you. You are welcome. That's another tip. Making homemade bread is slightly cheaper. It's about 50 cents a loaf, but it is a lot of work. So if you can't make bread, that's fine. Just buy the regular Walmart $1.42 set or kind. And then you're not paying $5 to $7 a loaf. You're only paying $1 to $2 a loaf. But you don't have to make it all. Bounty the Badlands, howdy Mike, you are in stampede mode. It's the rodeo this weekend in Sheridan. So yes, he is in stampede mode.
Well, it's funny because I like to think, okay, I'm done working. I'm not going on social media to look at grocery prices and stuff like that. But so I almost never comment on that sort of stuff. I just saw that and I thought, you've got to be kidding.
Well, think about it. For us, that would be, right now we're looking for another $8,000 car. So that would be 4 months. If those people just cut their grocery bill for 4 months, they could buy an $8,000 car if they needed to.
Yeah.
Wanda says that's a lot of steak and seafood. I know, it's insane. May says she got her Bible from us years ago. Thank you. I'm so glad you got that. Smiley Mama, that's a lot of money. I dumpster dive, coupon, and bulk shop. There you go. Wanda says if I had that much to spend, I'd use some for a housekeeper. No kidding. Roxanne says, did you guys see that reel from the guy who ordered Walmart cart? Same thing 2 years ago. I think it was almost double the cost. I did see that. And let me tell you, I agree with him. It is almost double the cost. But by shopping sales and all that, our grocery bill really hasn't gone up that much. Maybe $25, $50, maybe. Honestly, I haven't gone in and re-added it, and I probably should. But even at that, we still have some of the lowest grocery prices in the entire world. We still have some of the lowest. To eat basic groceries, people have to work less than 1 day per month to pay for their food in the United States for basic groceries. And actually, if you got by emergency, like what people in India eat, we're talking a couple of hours, 3-4 hours for a month's worth of beans and rice. For an entire month's worth of food. For them, some of them, it's almost their entire month's wages for food. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's see. Jan, hello from Montana. Hello. I love it when Mike gets going on a rant. We were just up in Billings on, was it the 4th of July? Was it just the 4th of July we went to Billings?
It was before the 4th of July.
Was it?
Yeah, because the 4th we were here.
Yeah, but we went up to Billings that day and came back. It was the 4th of July.
Oh, it was on the 4th of July.
Yeah, so on the 4th of July, we went to Billings to look at a car 2 hours away from us. Oh, my word. You want to hear a Tara rant?
So you brought this up because of the Mike rant?
Who gets to rant on this one, me or you? 2 hours we drive each way to go look at a car. The tires are flat. No license plate, nothing. I'm like, seriously, lady? You can't even have the tires aired up when someone is coming to buy a car from you?
Well, and if you want to sell it, mainly, it's like, how are they going to drive it?
I could not believe it. I was so mad. But the good news is I discovered I don't think I want that kind of car. So that's good, right? And we got to bond.
Yes.
On the way.
Well, we do. One thing about buying used cars, this is a little off the subject of groceries. But one thing about buying the used cars is we tend to get really good used cars for not nearly as much as what other people generally spend on other things. And one of the ways we do it is we're really selective about the ones we look at. And then once we look at them, we rule out things really easily for things that are likely to be major mechanical problems in the future. So like if I can see that there's a lot of oil leaking, or a sign that oil was leaking and then they cleaned it up, I'll get underneath it and check in the engine, because then I can see. But so we have certain rules for ourselves, like, yeah, this is probably not going to be good if this is the circumstance. But if we had known ahead of time, flat tires pretty much, you just see that and it's like, we don't really need to look at this car. We're not interested.
So before we even knocked on the door, we
did
made the decision. Okay, we're not going to do this. I'm not kidding. We were there, 30 seconds? Maybe a minute.
But since we drove all the way up there and we told her we were coming and we'd already knocked on the door.
So, let me set it and see. The inside, it was cleaned up, but you could tell that it had not been taken care of at all. All right.
What state was that receipt from at the Costco? Amy wants to know.
I think it was California. So, Smiley Mama says that's $80 a day. I know, it's ridiculous. Canadian Queen, I spend $75 a month for one, budget $25 for stock items. Cook from Living on a Dime. She means the Dining on a Dime cookbook, and don't miss anything. Thank you. Yeah, guys, livingonadime.com. You can get all the recipes to test for free. If you want, I'm going to even give you our ebook for free.
What?
Go to livingonadime.com, click on the shop, put the ebook in your cart, not your car, in your cart.
Is it called a trolley when you put it in there on the internet?
Then put the coupon code DINING, DINING1, in the discount code section, and it will give it to you for free. And then you can see every single thing that's in there. If you want the print book version of either volume 1, volume 2, or our gluten-free, dairy-free edition, you can look on the sales page, and each page has every single page of the book in a video. So you can see exactly what's in there. Bounty in the Badlands. We are still eating snack food from Branding, which did cost more this year, but my grocery bill for 2 is around $300. That's where it is. When we went to Yellowstone 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, I bought snack foods. It was $200 for 3 days worth of snack food, because I thought we weren't going to have access to food. I about had a cow. Janet says she has the ebook and she loves it.
That's awesome. Michelle said a minute ago, spend the extra 15 cents for the deluxe mac and cheese. You made me laugh, Michelle.
That's pretty good.
Pretty hilarious. Although what's funny is I still like, I can't eat it anymore, but I like the cheaper one because I like the powder cheese better than the Velveeta cheese.
Yeah. Hello, Jim. Thank you for the anniversary. Congratulations. Michelle spends about $50 a week on groceries. Yeah. My mom spends about $100 a month, $80 a month on groceries. Desert Lady bought my daughter-in-law your cookbook, hoping she would cook from scratch, and she spends that amount. Her freezer full of convenience foods for my 3 young grandchildren. Well, here's the thing. That's nice of you to buy it for her, but it's up to her to have to make the decision to change. So you can give people the tools, and that's great. But, harping on her about it isn't going to do any good. Impish Misfits says, do you know how many Dining on a Dime cookbooks you could buy for $2,500? Yep, you could buy a lot. Eclair says, if they're eating salmon and eating Rochefort, it is pretty easy to do. Yeah. Callie says, anyone else find it thrilling to have very little food or very unusual foods left at the end of the month to be able to challenge yourself to make chopped worthy gourmet dinners? Yes, I do that all the time. Elaine, I want to know where these people work. I wish I made that much. Here's the thing. The other lady that I was talking to, whose video is going to be next week, she only makes $23 an hour. So, that's a lot. She could literally stop working literally stop working if she cut her grocery bill back. And then she wouldn't have any of the expenses for work and all that too. Spain oil for $34. Wagyu beef. I know. Go to Dollar Tree if you need paper plates. If Mishfit says, yep. Michelle says, buy them from Amazon. That's what I do for paper plates. That's a good idea. I wonder if they're cheaper than Walmart. Claire says, no Dixie plates are in the stack of a couple of hundred. Yeah. Impish says, the plates in your cabinet are free. Just saying. Yep.
Yeah.
Janet, I haven't bought paper plates forever. Now, I'm not saying don't buy paper plates because I've used them, especially when I'm not feeling good, and especially when we had kids at home. I would have the kids use paper plates for a lot of things, but I bought the cheapy dollar ones that were a penny each. So for 6 cents for each meal, that was worth it for me, but not for 15 cents a paper plate. That's crazy. Janet, the big bottle of condiments don't fit in the refrigerator either. Nope, they do not. Mounting the Badlands, I use lots of lots of paper plates. Meals in the field, I buy mine at dollar store for a fraction of the cost. Yep. Parker, Costco only has large size of everything. Yeah, and then do you use it all? I mean, are you going to use 5 pounds of mustard if that's how it comes? I don't know. I assume it probably comes in 2 pounds of mustard, but that's
2
a
pounds
lot.
of mustard?
Probably at Costco.
Don't you usually eat? Most people are really light on mustard.
I know.
Because it's very strong.
I know. You have to really like mustard to get that much. And usually it's like a double pack at Costco.
Well, I like mustard, but it takes a long time to go through one bottle of it.
Smiley Mama says these people on Facebook need to learn how to coupon. Yeah, although coupon's not just it. It's mostly shopping the ads, shopping store brands. Stop being so hoity-toity in your food and eat some normal food. Impish says nobody should have to pay to shop at the grocery store. That's mistake number 1. I know. I totally get it. I have had Costco memberships before, but only for videos. I don't get it for personal stuff. Now, the only caveat to that I would say is if you're buying appliances, they have an excellent return policy there. So if you get appliances, I would pay for it then because we have had so many problems with appliances. But the closest Costco to us is 2 hours away. So can you imagine having to haul a refrigerator there and back every time a refrigerator broke? As a matter of fact, Pistol's coming tonight or tomorrow to fix our refrigerator again.
Yay, Pistol.
We love Pistol. He's the best appliance repairman ever.
If you don't know who he is, what's the video? Something about don't buy these appliances. And there's another one about buy these appliances. Yeah. He's an amazing
Julie, how much for the salmon
guy.
burgers? I don't remember. They were expensive. Me too. People are just ridiculous. I would love to hear the excuses for your responses. Oh, the excuses we get is just unbelievable. Midwest Mom Volunteer says you need to do something about the choices you are making. Lots of processed food choices on this receipt. Yep. Smiley Mama says Aldi has Irish butter for $3.29. Yeah. Bounding the Badlands. $70 for rib. That amount would buy you a quarter of the pig. I know. Defying Gravity says we have 7 kids and spend way less than that. Yep. Claire says either that or their tastes are too elevated for their pockets. Yep. Luann says $50 a week per person. Super doable even today. Yep. We spend about $25 to $30 a week, give or take. Kathy says I spend about $400 a month for 2 people and we eat well. We don't eat out. I cook from scratch. Yep. Angie, if you were buying this for 6 to 8 months, I would understand the cost, but come on, that is more than 3 weeks worth of work just for food. I know. It's crazy. Sarah, my mom would say steak taste on a hamburger income. Stuck with me my whole life. Your mom was smart. Lisa says, I buy $50 a week on groceries. It's just me. I want to spend less than that. But how? Well, start shopping ads. Stop buying things like steak and salmon and shrimp and all the fancy stuff. Stop buying fruits and vegetables that aren't on sale. Frozen fruits and vegetables are a lot cheaper. Stop buying all the drinks. That's a huge one right there. If people just cut out drinks, it would be such a huge savings. Kathy, let's see. Bounty Badlands. Wagyu beef is massaged, literally fed a very special diet and very heavily marbled. A good barley or corn-fed beef aged 21 days. It is just as good. There you go. Gigi's garden, and to think I felt guilty this week for using more paper towels than usual. And Defying Gravity. We're having salmon tonight. Well, salmon cakes because 1 pound can of salmon were on sale for $2 each. There you go.
Michelle's asking, dining is spelled dining, right? All uppercase. It doesn't have to be all uppercase. It doesn't matter what case it is.
Just make sure it's dining and not dinging.
But it's dining one.
Number 1.
DINING 1.
Like
no
this.
Space. Yeah.
Not this.
Okay.
Colleen's Essential Life. We buy a lot of bulk fancy items. Could do a majority at Aldi. Yep. Amy, Grocery Outlet has organic if that's how you choose to shop. Yep. Roxanne, I'm spending way less on food now because all my boys are now out on their own, paying their own bills too. The middle son just got married to his high school sweetheart in May. Aw. Deanna, I just wanted to spend less. They would. Pure laziness with finances. Yep, if they would. Yep. Patty says it's all about choices. Sue says swamp tuna fish. Yep, with one of the seafood items. Stop counting laundry detergent and paper products for food. Yes. When I say food, I mean food. That does not include my toilet paper, my paper towels, none of that. That's in a separate category, and I spend about $50 a month. Not even that much now because we don't have as many kids at home, but probably $30 a month on all of those kinds of things. Gina, I think the butter is more than 2 pounds. So $3 a pound is a good price now for me for butter. So Paula, I used to walk 6 miles a day, kept my weight appropriate, 135 pounds, careful with my diet, but still ended up on heart and BP meds. Heredity will override diet every time. Yep. Angie says, I'm type 2 diabetic. My dietitian wants me to eat some carbs. I'm on a limited carbs, but a balanced diet. Yep. Dee Dee from New England. See the next one. Says for 8 people, this averages out to $80 per week. Could make some different choices, but I guess it's better than eating out. I can't imagine. I don't know. I guess better than eating out, I suppose, but my goodness.
We'd have to really try eating out to get that high. Well, of course, we're not taking the whole family. I guess if we're taking the... Wait, that's for 4 people. Yeah.
JBT says, I can't imagine buying those kinds of groceries for me, even if I was a millionaire. I know. I mean, if you're a millionaire, it's fine, but a lot of people are millionaires, and the reason why they're millionaires is because they don't spend that way. Rhonda says, I bought your cookbooks for all my kids. Just for curiosity, I bought an original copy of Not Just Beans cookbook, but the only problem was the spiral binding was cracked up. Loyal watcher and friend. Oh, thanks. Yeah, Not Just Beans is the original name of our Dining on a Dime cookbook. Realized, don't be cutesy on your names when you're writing books. People won't get it. So when we had a publisher, we changed it to Dining on a Dime. And I still don't like that name. I was very unhappy when they changed it to that name, but that's what it is now. So Rhonda, Eva says, do you know how to make homemade powdered on spray for dishes? I have no idea what she means.
Wait. Oh, I was thinking spray, but now I'm wondering if she means like dishwasher detergent, perhaps.
Okay.
I'm just guessing.
Let me think. If you're meaning homemade dish soap, dishwasher soap, I think it's in volume 1. And let me see. It is on page... Yes, $4.99. Page $4.99 in volume 1 if you're looking for homemade dishwasher soap. And it is... right there. Borax and baking soda is what you can use. You can also use citric acid. Midwest Mom says, you're cracking me up for the love of all things grocery. I just came up with that in my brain.
Yes, that was great.
I was on a roll momentarily. Now it's gone. But, I had it for just a very brief moment. Carmen says, I spend $100 on food for myself for a month, plus I'll make extras. Very good. She shares it with her mom. Kathy, Kroger ads get on my nerves. Buy 5 of this and 4 of that. Digital coupon this, but not on that. I will buy loss leaders or markdowns for the math of not having to shop there. So, Kathy, I agree with you 100%. Even though I shop the ads, I went to Albertsons this week and I about hurled all of the butters at the machine ringing me up. I was so mad. So now, not only do you have to add it to your cart on the app or whatever, now you have to go in and click it or something on the app.
Oh, this is at Kroger? No,
At Albertsons. I'm like, seriously? So, I don't know. That may be the last time I go to Albertsons. I've just had it with, I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. Julie, buy a water filter, expensive up front, not so expensive after that. Yep. Claire says, must make that bread recipe too. Yes. And actually, Volume 2 has a really good couple of good bread recipes. Volume 1 has really good recipes. And then gluten-free, dairy-free cookbook also has really good bread and roll recipes if you're gluten-free, dairy-free. And it's 40% off right now, guys, for our 25th anniversary sale in the description below. Diane, I shop wisely, eat modestly, and cut down portions. I use my Brita filter for water. I do not buy water. My food bill was 2 months was $68. Very good. By the way, look at my water. That's good.
Yeah.
Lisa, soda is my weakness. It has to go for now for my health. Yeah. I am curious how many of these people complaining about their grocery bill are spending on soda, bottled water, drink mixes, coffee, creamers, all of those things. Bounty Badlands says, Calgary Champagne, greatest outdoor show on earth. There you go. Michelle says, I bought Great Value bed for like $1.50 for the honey wheat, which is why I like. Yep. Hello, Five says, Southern California, $300 a month for 3 adults. Wow. Just the two of us. Do you have a resource that shows what good prices for items would be? Yes. My price book right here. So if you use my price book on right here, it says, Tara, this is the price that I pay for things. And then over here, I give you 3 spaces to enter in your own store's ads. Or not even ads, just your own store prices so that you know when they have a special or clearance, if it's actually a good deal. And so then I just watch for that clearance price or sale price or whatever. And then I know, oh, chicken for $1.47 a pound, that's a really good deal. So I'm going to stock up. Edifying Gravity. We've been in the middle of family crisis, so I stocked up on disposable pans from Costco, $10 for $30. Absolute lifesaver, worth every penny right now, but we'll go back. Life calms down. Yes, I would rather you spend 30 cents for disposable pans than to go out to eat. That is perfectly okay. I'm not saying don't, I know you know this, but I'm not saying don't use anything disposable. It's fine to use something disposable, but just know that it's all the other choices also that are adding up. I mean, like all those fancy meats and stuff that they had. That's just crazy. And Diane says, I shop and eat like your mother, and I am the same age. Yep. Carmen, I buy almost everything on sale. Yep. Badlands, I buy bottled water when on sale. I send them out to the field for branding for the gather. I never know who shows up to help and how prepared they are. Yeah. Now, I still wouldn't buy bottled water. What I would do is send to the Coleman coolers with the spigot with ice and water and some cups. And that's how I would do it. Rhonda, I get all my fruits and vegetables from Market Truck, 20 for 2 weeks worth. Claire says we were having a rant competition. Were you having a rant competition?
Yes.
Who won the rant competition? Okay, so let's see.
I don't know, but I deserve a turn.
Who? Okay, type 1 if you think Mike won the rant competition. Type 2 if you think I won.
Uh-oh.
I think you just won, though, with that comment. Oh my goodness.
That's the first time I've said the word deserve in about 15 years.
Wanda picks 3. Everybody's saying a tie. Oh, looks like you might be winning, dear.
Uh-oh.
Oh, looks like you're winning.
What?
There's a lot of ones.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
I keep saying I'm just going to put cameras up in our house and just leave them rolling. Because Mike, when he gets on a rant, he'll get on a rant. Janet, I buy bottled water for my husband. It's cheaper than paying $2.50 a bottle at work.
Well, I'll have something that comes to my mind at the moment. I think you've got to be kidding. And then as time goes on, I think, wait a minute. Did they say, well, that means that, well, that's even worse than I thought. And then it just keeps going. As I'm thinking about it, I realize, wait, there are more details to this that I didn't even think of in the first pass.
Kind of like when you watch the Biden-Trump debate.
I stayed away from that one. I'll let you watch that one.
Janet, I buy bottled water for my husband because it's cheaper than him paying $2.50 at work. Yeah, but just have a refillable water bottle. I mean, you could do that. Edifying says we live in a time place where meat isn't a special treat. We're blessed. Yes, you are right. There's a reason why in the Bible, when Daniel went on an all-vegetable diet, that it was a miracle. That was a miracle when Daniel went on an all-vegetable diet. We are not supposed to just live on vegetables. We are supposed to have healthy, balanced diet. But nobody wants to do that. Everybody say, what? Oh, the mail's coming. Everyone says, oh, that's great. How sweet of you guys. That's so generous. Thank you. Yes, you can get our Dining on a Dime Volume 1 ebook free. Dining, D-I-N-I-N-G 1.
I'm sharing
the number 1, not the O, the number 1.
I'm sharing it in the comments.
No spaces. Doesn't matter what capital or not. Wanda says that car probably wasn't taken care of if it was in that condition and she was trying to sell it. Yes.
Actually, when I was saying about things that we rule out, that's one of the things is that if it's in really bad shape, or if they don't vacuum it, let me rephrase that. It's fine if they don't vacuum it, but if it's completely a pit, like they haven't cleaned it out the inside and they're showing it to sell, I'm thinking if they're showing it to sell and it's in that kind of shape, then that shows you they probably never checked the oil. And if they don't check the oil, then it's probably not got nearly as much life as a lot of other ones. Karen said, Mike, you gave me the best laugh all day. Thanks, Karen.
He's a pretty funny guy.
Aw. Wow.
Claire says, I got the first 2 cookbooks from Tara for free, then later bought them in paper. Later, love the books. Thank you. Russ, my hubby and I spend less than $200 a month. I shop at Walmart, Safeway, Kroger. Yep. Very good. She uses their deals and have wonderful produce that has excellent prices. Yeah, I'm going to Gillette for a doctor's appointment on Thursday, so I'm going to stop by Kroger and we'll see if they have anything on sale, but I don't know. I'm not too hopeful. Maybe they'll have peaches. Oh, it's July. Maybe they'll have peaches. That would be great.
Did you say you got a Costco membership for nothing, or was that somebody else?
No.
Okay, somebody.
I got it for the business
Somebody
when I was
mentioned
testing
that.
products.
Must have been somebody that they were probably responding.
I'm not going to lie. Costco has great food, but it's
good.
very hoity-toity food. And I'm not going to, I mean, it's very delicious. I get that. And I love their food.
Especially if you go there for lunch.
Yeah. Eating all their samples. And they have a ton of gluten-free stuff. So when I had a membership, I did get some of their gluten-free stuff just for a special treat for me. But I wouldn't shop there to save money. Edifying says, reminder to homeschoolers who are looking for next year's curriculum. Dining is a great home ec textbook. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
There is only 7 weeks left till school.
Yeah, Jack and I were talking about that this morning. We have to get hiking.
And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. My kid,
I don't know if Dad did
didn't
on
know.
that this year.
I traumatized my children doing that, and I didn't know it. Now I feel bad. So my children, I publicly apologize. I'm not going to stop doing it, but I still apologize for traumatizing you.
Actually, we got a slow start on the hiking this year, so.
Well, yeah, that's because we had snow 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago.
Well, that's true.
2.5 weeks ago we had snow.
And then Jack had some friends over from out of state, and then we were gone, and there's all sorts of things that were going on. But we're going this weekend.
Kathy says, I have the ebook and the hard copy. I use the ebook to print off recipes, copy my grocery list. When I go give out a meal, I tape the recipe to it so my family knows what it is in it. Oh, that is great. Thank you so much. Kathy says, we have lots of great ebooks too. Yeah, guys, we have over 50, I think 53 or 54. We have over 50 ebooks also, and they are also on sale. On everything, how to clean and organize, menu ideas. If you need menu ideas, I passed the comment and now I can't find it, but somebody said that they spent going through our menus and meal plans and using them. So yeah, all kinds of money saving tips in there also. Melissa, Tara, you should have watched Kimmy's video on Frugal road trip before you went to Yellowstone. That's funny. Did she do one? Oh my. Well, I mean, growing up, we never, ever, ever, never, except for the one time when we broke down in a snowstorm and we had to walk in our pajamas, like up the hill to a restaurant. And Mom got a quarter orange juice thing for us at this restaurant while we waited for my grandparents to come pick us up off the side of the road. Never on a road trip would we get food, ever. We did not. We took everything. I mean, we didn't go on vacations. We never went on a vacation. Well, maybe one time we went on a vacation, but even that was like 1 or 2 days or something to Silver Dollar City or Branson or something. But all of the food was taken.
Wow.
You didn't stop at restaurants and eat it all.
It wasn't really particularly common until the 80s, was it? For people to buy food a lot when they're out.
But even then, I never bought food at restaurants until you and I were married. Going on trips.
Oh, yeah.
Wanda, I don't like foam paper plates unless they're just sandwiches or something. Yeah, I agree. For Rose family, we live in Japan and have never bought Wagyu beef. I've bought it here because I am like, I can't eat anything. Everything makes me sick. As a matter of fact, today I ate something and I had to take an Alka-Seltzer because it made me sick. I'm like, no, what the world did I eat today that made me sick? I couldn't figure out what it was because I thought it was all normal stuff that I'd been doing. But the Wagyu beef actually does not make me sick when I eat it. So I was buying it. It's like $7 a pound at Walmart, but it was only me eating it, not the entire family.
And she didn't buy it for very long. It was a medical experiment.
Yeah, it was just an experiment while I was doing a food elimination thing. So, Wanda, I couldn't spend $2,500. So the next one in a month if I wanted to. My income isn't that high, but I live on it just fine. Yeah, I know. That's crazy. That's higher than a lot of people's incomes. Wanda, why does iced tea melt the ice faster than soda? I don't know. Does it?
Well, if it does, it's because anything you put in water changes the freezing point of the water. So probably the iced tea would have some chemical composition that would change the freezing point to be a little bit higher, so that it would melt faster. That's probably what it is.
What?
So the freezing point is 32 degrees for water. But if you put salt in the water or something else, then the freezing point is not 32 degrees. And so if you put certain
Oh,
certain
'cause
items
soda
certain
is
items in
salt
there, the
it, yeah.
freezing point might be. Well, that's why
Gotcha.
ice melter works, because it makes the freezing point like 20 below zero, so that
Gotcha.
if it's not 20 below, it will not melt or it will not freeze.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go.
Did you send me the next batch?
Which batch are you on?
I
I sent you 4 a while ago, and
I think I need 5. You handsome hunk of burning love, you.
Okay.
Better be careful or they might think you kiss me.
They might. Okay then.
Why are you blushing, dear?
I just was.
Oh,
laughing.
did I embarrass you? I'm sorry.
I wasn't embarrassed.
Okay.
Sorry.
Wow, I really threw you off your game there. Do you still have the hots for me?
Yep, I sure do.
Melissa, Costco is not cheaper. You need to stop blaming the kids for their shopping problems. Yep, exactly. Beth, I bought chicken drumsticks for 99 cents, cooked them, and had plenty to freeze. Yep. Debbie, chicken leg quarters are $6.90 for 10 pounds. Exactly. You are right. She said chicken breasts were $19.90 for 10 pounds this week. Very good. Yes. Wanda, I've never spent more than $1 for a box of cake mix. Yes, I don't either. Chrissy, why do you recommend getting gluten-free flour and what kind to use? I use the Walmart Great Value. When I was testing the recipes in my gluten-free, dairy-free book here, all the bread recipes and everything, the one that did the best 5 years ago when I wrote it was the Walmart gluten-free Great Value gluten-free flour. It wasn't a purple bag the last time I was there. I don't think they've changed the formula because everything's still turning out when I use it now. I don't bake that much just for myself because I'm the only one gluten-free in my family. So I don't bake that often. I do occasionally. And now that I've cut out sugar again for the 3 millionth time, I'm really not baking. So yeah, but that's the one that I use. Chrissy, have you done a video on soft scrub? No, but I might, because finally my comparison videos were a huge flop in January. So I quit doing them. Well, guess what's taken off now?
Which one?
My comparison videos.
Well, a lot of those. Well, as we look today, we were looking back at our analytics, the statistics on our website. A lot of those things that we've done in the past didn't take off till 2 months after we published them.
So now they're coming up again. So yeah. So let's see. Maybe I'll show you guys. So look at this. It's absolutely crazy. I just don't get it. It is. It was, okay, so where'd it go? And now our barkeeper's friend is higher than fitted sheet. It's blowing fitted sheet away. But look at this. Dun, 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 dun. Here, do a drum roll, dear. Boom! Look at that. So 6 months later, it's finally taking off. 6 months later. Oh, gotta love YouTube. Gotta love it. Kelly, I have to share my thrift store find with you today. Tomorrow is thrift store day for me. I got a Bun coffee maker lightly used in the original box for $8.99 and it works. Very good. Very good. Connie, last week my local store ground beef 73%, $6.49 a pound. Told my family we were about to eat chicken every day. Yeah, that's what we do. It's $2.99. I mean, that's what we do. Any meat that's over $3, well, with the exception of roast, I'll pay $4 for roast now because that's my new low for roast. So any meat under $4, I guess. If it's over $4, we're not going to eat it. So Barbara Jean Polly, I want to make homemade pizza crust and make frozen pizzas. How do you suggest I do this? I'm afraid the crust will get soggy. Dining on a Dime, volume 1. Has the best pizza crust recipe you will ever eat. It is delicious. And what I would do is just make it up, freeze it in the ball, or lay it out if you want to freeze it, roll it out, and keep it in plastic wrap and then freeze it. But it shouldn't get soggy if you sprinkle cornmeal on the bottom of your baking pan and then put your dough on top. It shouldn't get soggy. Kimberly, I got my Presto dehydrator, brand new, never used, $7.99 at thrift store, and it still works fantastic. That is great. Sometimes you have to search, but you can find great deals. Yes, you can. Chrissy, Tara, since you are gluten-free, do you buy bread? I make it and I buy it. It just depends on how things are happening that week. Wanda, there's no way I'm going to turn my oven on until the weather cools down, so I'm not baking anything. Yeah, that's totally fine. Beth, picked up from some free sweet peas today for free. Oh, that's great. I got about 6 sweet peas out of all my sweet peas, and now it's supposed to be 100, so they're not going to do anything. Kimberly, my peppers and tomatoes are doing real well. Can't wait for harvest. Yay, so are mine finally. Well, my peppers are just randomly dying. I don't know why my peppers are just dying. They're just, I don't get it.
They're like between the deer and the bunnies and the crows
and the bugs.
And the bugs.
Now I've got grasshoppers.
A little bit of heat and we're just going to kick over and die now. So we don't have to. Grasshoppers?
Yeah.
So we need to put smaller wire than we thought.
That won't keep them from jumping over the top. They jump out of the
trees.
trees.
That's what the crows are good for.
You're the one that got on the crow kick.
I know.
We got dead crows hanging around our house.
Not real dead crows. Actually, I put 2 of those like Halloween dead crow things out there, and all the crows are gone.
Now, what are you going to say when the pastor comes to visit? And we got dead crows hanging all over the place.
Well, actually, the state shouldn't put them up for more than 3 days, so I'm going to take them down tonight.
Robin, I was looking for cheap meals and came across an interesting article about milling your own bean flour, but don't use kidney beans. You grind the dry beans. I am not gluten-free, but I'm considering using it to use up protein, in meals and baking. Make sure the mill you have will accept the beans. Yeah, I don't know if that's worth the hassle, but you can try it. Connie, as far as favorite drinks, back in the mid-90s, I would take a package of Kool-Aid mix, add a cup of sugar, and mix it together. Instant drink mix. Yep, there you go. Heather, trying the chicken fried steak tonight in volume 1. That is Mike's #1 favorite recipe is the chicken fried steak.
Yes. It is amazing. We haven't had it lately.
Nope. Stacy says, I spend about $600 a month for a family of 5, one being a big boy athlete. Yep. Angie, why would butter mold? Because it's too hot. So if you leave it on the counter and it molds, just keep it in the fridge. You can send me the next one. Wanda, I don't buy ribs because it's about half bones. Yep. Katie, you can make really good salmon burgers with canned salmon. It's a lot cheaper and still good for you. Yep. Mrs. Amanda, hello. Also, summer is the longest days ever. It's so hot. I have to make frozen something every night. Haha, call my kids the hobbits because they need second and third breakfast. Yes, my kids did that also. Lynn, is she talking about Barkeeper's Friend powder cleaner? Yes, I am. That is the video that is going viral right now that I have. Just type in Barkeepers and you will find those videos, that video. Stacy, soda is so expensive. Prices went sky high during COVID and never dropped. Yep. And you can make lower end steak taste high class if you cook them right. Yes, you can. Also, Miss Amanda says, happy anniversary. She's been following us for years. She made my homemade laundry detergent and saved us allergic to most chemicals. Yep, that recipe's in here. It is also the very first video we ever did on YouTube, I think.
Which one?
Wasn't the laundry soap the very first video we ever did on YouTube? Let's go look real quick.
Ice cream. Snow ice cream.
Oh, snow ice cream was the first one?
Laundry was 2, but go check and see.
So let's check and see. So if you go here,
we might have shot them on the same day, though.
No, we didn't shoot it on the same day because I remember snow ice cream took us forever to shoot. And we were all frozen by the time it was done. And I swore I was never, ever doing another video ever again. I remember
that. Sure worked.
Okay, so let's see. Is this the screen? Okay, so living on a dime, oldest video. Oh, you're right. Oh no, how to make laundry soap is our third video.
Wait,
our third
we
video.
did Candy Christmas Wreath first?
Apparently.
But that's not right.
It's 16 years ago.
I know, but the Candy Christmas Wreath we did at the Andover house, and we did both of these at the...
I know, but we didn't post them.
Oh, we shot it. We just didn't edit it
Yeah.
until later. Okay.
Because I was like, I'm never doing another video again because it was such a pain in the butt. And then this thing called YouTube started, taking off, and we were like, well, maybe we should do something.
All right. Well, since the folded fitted sheet video got to 4 million views at the time, we're like, we better figure out how to get this monetized.
Yep. Let's see. Paula says, Hubs and Sonny eat mustard with pretzels. Ooh, I love mustard. I could go through a bottle of mustard, but most people can't. I could go through a bottle of mustard a week if I wanted to. Claire said they also have good deals on electronics at Costco. Yes. Underwear, linens, housewares. Yes. Costco is very good for some things, but if you're going there to save money on groceries, that's not one of them. Patty, you could just invite Pistol for dinner. No need to break appliances to see him. Paula, have you all noticed the new appliances don't last as long? Oh my goodness, don't get me started. Yes, she had a freezer that lasted 40 years. I know. Don't get me started. Kelly, my question is, are these people paying $2,500 a month buying food, or are they financing it on their credit cards? They're probably putting it on their credit cards.
The weird thing about putting on a credit cards, because I keep hearing people on the radio talk about it like it's like credit cards are just backup money. Yeah. And I was thinking, credit cards actually have to be paid back. How if you're charging food on a credit card now, how are you planning to pay that back? And aren't you going to be upset with yourself, or you're going to be upset with somebody when you're having to pay it back after it's already been eaten and pooped out? Sorry. This is a family show, folks.
Linda, I sprinkle Splenda and yellow mustard for a keto paleo approved honey mustard. Oh, that's a good idea. Dee Dee, sadly, way too many people live this way and truly don't get it. I know a few people like this, and I heard every excuse as to why they can't do it differently. Yep. Wanda, ribeye is my favorite steak. Haven't had it in a very long time. Yep. D smiles, eating $2,500 equals pooping $2,500. Yep. Lala Bama says, do you have a bread machine recipe for white bread in your cookbook? So glad I caught you live. Yes, I think the farmhouse bread or the farm bread in volume 1 can be made in the bread maker.
You also have the How to Make Homemade Bread ebook if you want to go.
Yeah.
And there's a ebook about how to make sourdough bread that we did a collaboration with Tommy and Patty from Alderman Farms.
Yeah. Can you put those links in?
Oops. I'll have to go find them.
Is buying in bulk better deal? No, not necessarily, Lisa. Jenny, hi, Tara and Mike. How goes the weather? It's very nice, and now it's going to be hot. It's been so cold. My plants have been begging for mercy, and they have not done anything. And so now this week it's going to be 100 degrees. Cajun Granny Cooks says, I'm going to buy all my granddaughters and grand-in-laws your cookbooks when they get married. Thank you very much. Common Mom Homeschooler. Hey, Tara and Mike, spend $200 on groceries and supplies my family of 6 for a week, she says. Yep, very good. And their rigs are paid for. Let me guess. They live in Idaho, I bet. I bet they live in Idaho?
Yep.
I bet they live in Idaho. Eva.
In Idaho, well,
is the only place I've heard call rigs.
In Idaho, rigs don't have to be semi-trucks. Your lawnmower could be a rig.
Eva, sorry I didn't proofread my question. I was asking how to make homemade powdered Dawn dish spray. Oh, how to make homemade Power Dawn dish spray. Yes. So in my Power Dawn, if you search the Dawn video, it's just rubbing alcohol, like a tablespoon of rubbing alcohol, a tablespoon of Dawn, and the rest with water. Okay. I went and got the links for the bread books, and I'm sharing them here in the comments. If you don't see the link here, you can just go to our store at livingonadime.com and type bread, and they'll come up. Finding a way for the love of all things grocery, that would be good merch. Maybe keychains and bracelets. You might check and see if Pistol's coming. Deborah says volume 1 is amazing. Thank you so much. It is 40% off right now for our 25th anniversary sale, guys.
You think he'd be here now?
No, just check to see if he texted to tell you.
Oh.
Rita says first time the pirate. I have no idea what she's saying.
What?
Okay, Claire says happy 25th anniversry.
She's saying that on the receipt where it said pirate something or other. It's called pirate booty. It's like a snack. It's like a, what do you call it when you have it's like a Chex Mix kind of snack, but it's not Chex Mix, but it's something like that.
I see. Gina, I don't use my dishwasher anymore. Hand wash now for at least 6 years. Yeah, I probably wouldn't use the dishwasher if it wasn't for Mike and the boys. Diana, I refuse to shop where they make discounts or coupons unfriendly to use. I shop where buying with coupons and discounts are easy to use. Yep. Finding a way, what should I make out of strawberries going bad besides smoothies? Strawberry shortcake, strawberry jam. We have a really good strawberry jam in here. Go to livingonadime.com. I have a whole post on how to use strawberries. Strawberry leather is another good one. Tanya, my grocery bill used to be $600 to $800 a month in 2017 for 3 people. Now $250 to $300, about $50 for restaurants. Wow, good for you.
The strawberry leather, the strawberry leather that Tara was talking about is basically fruit roll-ups. If you didn't know that already.
Yeah. Cece's Garden, curious what is wrong with a cup or two of home brewed coffee every morning. I have no problem with a cup or two of home brewed coffee. I have a problem with all of the coffee creamers and all the specialty things and all the espresso stuff and all that kind of fancy schmancy stuff that goes in the coffee. Just black coffee is fine. But it's when people are adding all that extra stuff where the expense start adding up.
Yeah, again, just like other things, Tara doesn't care. Even I don't think you'd care if people want to go to the coffee shop every day. It's just what she. The issue is if you're trying to save money and you're saying you can't afford things and you're going to the coffee shop, that's the problem.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Kara Dad says, my son is 18, started a carnivore diet to lose weight. How did that work for you? I gained 10 pounds on the carnivore diet. So I stopped. Tracy says, think we need to learn basic cooking skills. Yep. Anonymous says, I try to be careful, but spend about $150 a month on groceries for myself, but that's the 3 meals and a snack for 6 days. Yep. Roxanne, Mike has had decades of teaching by the best. Oh. Suzanne, what do you think of the Message Translation Bible? I had someone ask me to reference it, and I don't use that version.
The Message is not a translation. It's a paraphrase. So I would not use it for reference. I have seen some pastors use it to, if it's, if you're trying to understand the enthusiasm of a word or something like that, you could use it for that. But the thing is, a paraphrase is not the actual words from the Bible. It's somebody who's read the Bible and is trying to explain to you what they think it means. So I wouldn't use it for anything that you really need to know. Is this the Bible actually say this or not?
Yep. Kelly says, I've mastered homemade Chipotle bowls and save a ton of money versus picking up at a restaurant. Yep. I made some for homemade frozen lunches. I need to get some more.
They were good. I have this little oven. What's that oven called?
I don't know.
Oh, there's this little oven thing I have. It looks like a lunchbox, and you just take it with you and you plug it in. And she made a bunch of them, and I just would throw them in there and have them cook at the library while I was working.
Yeah, a lot of people say they got peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, hard-boiled eggs. They got lunch meat at car trips. Yep. Agent Granny says, I made homemade iced tea and homemade root beer. We didn't miss it all. Yep. Margot says, I've been watching our organizing videos, been doing some cluttering. Our videos have been very helpful. Thank you. Diana, our groceries come from H-E-B, Mike's first job.
I worked there for 8 years back in the day.
Aldi's, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Walgreens, Walmart, and once in a huge coupon or special from CVS. They are all about 4 major street lights apart. Yep, very good. Claire says, what to use for the base for your strawberry shortcake, pancake, angel food, or biscuits? What do I use as my base? I mean, I just make one of those.
Which one do you prefer?
So like pound cake. So angel food cake has way more eggs than pound cake or biscuits or shortcake. So that's why it's light and fluffy because it has so many more eggs. But all the other ones are basically the same recipe, just in a different form. So shortcake and biscuits are basically the same, except for shortcake has extra sugar, and pound cake is the same as shortcake, except that it's in a loaf pan. So it just kind of depends on, what you want. Okay, Tammy, last one. Tammy, I live in Michigan, barely spend $200 a month for 2 of us. Finding crazy sales. Wow, that's good. Denise says, what I was saying was that the pirate shed on the receipt for almost $7 is a big bag of puffed corn. I'm saying puffed popcorn.
She's
I know what you're talking about now.
Yourself.
Yeah, pop it yourself. Yeah, I actually, one of the times when we were there, I got Dave a bag of that for a Christmas present because Dave is our popcorn connoisseur. He loves popcorn, doesn't he?
Yep. He does. He loves it greatly.
Denise, Diana, I use what I have that will taste good for the base product for strawberry shortcake. Yep. Oh, your top says you're blushing because you want to kiss me. Do you want to kiss me?
Yes.
Because I'm just so irresistible.
Yep.
Couldn't you resist?
Close. Yes.
Lauren, do we need to practice again because we got it wrong the first time?
Sure. She can kiss better than that.
Lauren, this week I got chicken drumsticks for 99 cents a pound, corn on the cob for $8 for $1, 5-pound pork roast for under $4 each. And they were marked down 75%. Very good. Found in the Badland. Are the peppers planted near potatoes or tomatoes? They are not. They are in their own pots. And I sprayed, so I thought maybe, although it was an extremely calm day, I do not know how any spray could have. Yes! Hot dog! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, show them. You guys are not going to believe what just happened.
Oh, I just closed it.
Okay, you are witnessing a moment. You are witnessing a moment. I have had this YouTube channel for when? Oh my goodness. I cannot believe it actually happened. Congratulations. Here, I can show it. I'm gonna cry. Oh, oops, that's the wrong thing. Hold on. No, I don't know how to do this.
What are you trying to show?
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna show that I got accepted.
He's accepted.
I am worthy.
You're worthy because he's worthy. Not me.
How do I find wait, how do I find it now? Hold on.
Is it your email that you're trying to show?
No, I'm trying to show that I got accepted. Okay, so I have been trying. I've had this channel for, is it 5 years now? Aha! I have had this channel, Healing Scriptures and Bible Verses, since, let's see. Okay, so let's go. All right. So I have had this channel since, it's earlier than 2019. I think it was around 2017 because I deleted some of the videos. And let's see, does it say on here? Oops, now I got to get everything. Oh no, it was 2019. So 5 years. I have been fighting with YouTube to get my Healing Scriptures, I don't even know, they don't know, Healing Scripture and Bible Verse channel monetized so I can pay for the stuff that it costs to produce it. I have been fighting with them for 5 years to get it monetized. And some of my videos have 100,000 views. And I just got monetized.
Well, she said,
this is a moment.
She said, I can't believe all the views it's getting that we can't do something about this. I said, well, we can. Our oldest son told us how to get a hold of YouTube support. And I said, we'll contact them and see what they said. And they said, have you read this FAQ? And usually we've already done that. But we happened to look. I said, well, before we do anything else, let's just look and see. And it said, you're eligible to apply. So when they denied her in the past, apparently that went away. So we
I
just
have argued and argued with them.
went through the process today, and it looks like it worked.
Yes! Oh!
What I just pasted it in the text document. And sometimes when I want to share a message with her, or when I don't want to say it, I'll just paste something into a text document and make it real big and turn it around. Or if somebody particular like Kimmy's on, sometimes I'll grab a screenshot of that so she can, in case she didn't notice that Kimmy was on.
5 years. 5 years. As a matter of fact, I deleted like 10 videos off because I kept thinking it was the videos that was the problem. You know what I think it is? I think they just didn't like it because it was a Bible channel.
Maybe. But
yes. Okay, so now I can do healing scriptures again. All right, let's get on it. I love doing that channel because I like the relaxing. I like listening to the Bible verses myself. Helps people sleep. And I have 2 videos, one over 100,000 and one almost 100,000 views. And I'm like, people really like this channel. But it costs money to produce the videos. And so I wanted to be compensated at least for my costs. Okay, sorry.
So somebody asked for a link. So I am sharing the link here.
I'm so excited.
In the
comments.
Excited.
Okay.
She's a little bit excited.
If you guys knew what I've gone through fighting with YouTube on this silly channel. Mike put the video in there. It's called Healing Scriptures and Bible Verses. So now I can start posting again. Okay. So sorry about that, guys. This was just a moment. I'm going to have a heart attack. Die before I can finish my channel. All the footage is in my computer, so you continue on.
Wow.
If I go.
There'll be like...
If I go, you continue
like 7
on.
channels. Go ahead and do these 7 channels.
Mike's like, I want to start my own channel. Okay, banning the Badlands. My pepper plants are planted near tomatoes or potatoes. No, they are not. I sprayed, but there's no way. It was a super, super calm day, and I am almost 100% sure. The only thing other thing I can think of is I tried a new fertilizer, and it may have killed them with the new fertilizer, but I'm not quite sure why, because everything else is fine with the new fertilizer. So I'm not quite sure what's happening with that. So, but Home Depot had buy 1, get 2 free on their peppers and tomatoes. So I got 6 more, replaced them. So we'll see. Vicki, school is starting on August 1st. My daughter is a teacher starting back July 26th. Oh my goodness, that is awful. Heather, although I will have to say, now that I've gone through 5 children in school, I would have preferred, well, I don't know what they call it now, but where you broke it up and you only had, like, you had 3 weeks every 4 months instead of 12 weeks off or 16 weeks off in the summer, whatever it is.
Oh, so they can,
like, every 4 to 6 weeks, you had 2 to 3 weeks off of school. I would have preferred that, because then you could go on vacation and not everybody would be on vacation at the same time.
It's true.
Heather says she loves our slow cooker ebook. I just can't believe this. I'm still. It's a moment, guys. It's a moment.
It's just amazing.
Heather says, I love your slow cooker ebooks. Thank you. I do have a crock pot ebook on Marcel's page that is really good. Vicki Newton said, we had a picnic on the side of the road in the Smoky Mountains. Yes, we did all the time. Patricia made your zucchini cake this week, added chocolate chips. It's delicious. Is that not the best zucchini ever? I'm going to have to actually buy zucchini to do my zucchini recipes. I cannot believe it. But that's okay, because I know you guys are worth it. Jay No More says credit cards are getting over 30% now. Loan sharking. That's crazy.
Oh,
but
man,
here's the thing. People agree to it.
To say it was that way a long time ago, but the thing is that
I don't call it loan sharking. You know, when you use that credit card that you have that interest.
When I was younger and living in Texas, I think at the time it was 14 or 17%. They considered that to be the maximum allowed by law. But I think it's interesting, though, because at 30%, people have to agree to get the card to do it. And I just can't imagine that. That means if you have $10,000 on a card at 29% interest, you're paying $2,900 a year in interest. A year. And most people don't pay it off in a year, so they end up paying $10,000 or $15,000 to get that card cleared out. So don't do it.
Okay, I use my credit card to pay for everything. I get 2% back on it and pay it off twice a month. Yep, that's what we do. Claire says, highly recommend how to fix broken makeup video. That's our video. How to. So I broke my blush and I showed how to fix it on YouTube. So if you go to our oldest video, it's just like in the first 10 or 15 videos. It's pretty quick. One of the older ones that we did.
Well, and if you can't control your spending, don't do this. But as far as the payoff, Vicky says if you pay off the credit card, they won't charge interest. One thing also for people that, put expenses on there to get the points and then pay it off every month, it won't work if you don't pay it off every month. But it does, if you're one of those people wondering about your credit score, it does help your credit score because it looks like you're charging and paying and they think you're a good risk. Not that you really want a credit score for much, but there are a few things it's kind of useful for sometimes.
Yeah.
A couple of people saying that's called year-round school.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah. Bounty the Badlands. We put everything on the credit card, but religiously pay it off every month, making so it makes the books easier. Yes, it does for us too, especially with the business. Now, you can do the same thing with a debit card if you want, but we have control of our spending. So we don't not pay the credit card. I mean, it wouldn't be any different than the debit card for us. So.
Well, the thing with the debit card is I've heard it's maybe not as difficult with some banks now, but if somebody compromises your debit card and draws a bunch of money out of your bank account, sometimes it's harder to get the money put back in the bank account. But if they draw it off of a credit card and you realize it and say this wasn't me, it was an unauthorized use, they'll just take it off, and then the bank will argue with the other person about the fact that they shouldn't have let the person charge it. So I'd rather do it that way so we're not out the money while we wait. So,
yep.
But again, we can control it now. Like before I married Tara, I was totally not exercising self-control with the credit. Well,
I turned you from your wicked ways.
Yes. Oh, I was actually exercising it in a small way because I realized I was backing myself into a corner, but I didn't exercise it on a big way until I had somebody with the big frying pan. I mean, somebody to tell me not to do it.
It's amazing we're still married.
I love you, Khani.
I know, but okay. I mean, everything we've gone through, most people wouldn't stick it out to stay together that long. Oh, are we freezing every now and then? Here, let's do a freezing pose.
You can't talk though while we do it. Or I guess you can. We'd have to freeze and then talk like. And if you're going to say honey on groceries, you gotta go to.
Sherry wants the Crockpot cookbook. Can you put the link in there for her?
Uh-oh.
Stephanie says, I don't like Feld's naphtha. The scent is too strong. You can use Ivory. You can use Zote. You can use any of those. You can use homemade soap. I use homemade soap all the time. Healing Scriptures and Bible Verses is the name of my other channel. Mike put the link in the comments there up above.
I mentioned like 7 other channels or something, people were like, what?
Oh yeah, we have like let's see, how many YouTube channels do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 channels.
But some of them we've started and we
yeah.
haven't done anything with for a while, so we don't promote them at the moment.
Some of them we started and I thought, oh, well, that's a dumb idea. Why did I do that?
Or we just think that, or it's trying to balance, is it too much work to do it right now? Like you have the gluten-free channel.
Yeah.
But you haven't published to it lately.
No, because I realized that there's not enough gluten-free people out there to make it worth the time to post on the gluten-free channel that much. So we're just trying to go streamline.
Oh, Cherie says you're a dear couple.
Oh, thanks. Yes, 40% off our cookbooks for our 25th anniversary sale right now. 25 years ago, Mike bought me my first domain name for my birthday.
She was so tickled. She was over the
I was
moon.
excited. My first business that was official business, not just side hustles. It was official business.
Yep. By the way, I shared the individual books that Tara said, share this ebook link, share this ebook link. But if you missed any of those, the one that I have that I just put in 40% off cookbooks and more, that one page has all the ebooks and everything listed on it. So you have to just keep scrolling down.
Be back on Wednesday, guys. Check out the Barkeeper's Friend 10 mistakes using Barkeeper's Friend video tomorrow coming out, and we will see you guys next time.
Have a great night.
LivingOnADime.com.